What's up, everybody? What's going on? Today on the Lead From Here podcast, we're going to talk about transitioning from being the technician to a leader. And that's something that I've done in my career. It's something a lot of people do. It's usually how it goes, from your natural progression is a lot of people that are really good at the technical work, whatever that is. I'm not just talking about like in the tech space, but just like you're the technical driver. You do the sales yourself, you do the marketing materials, you do the whatever you do from a technical perspective in a job. When you're really good at that, people usually say you should be a leader. And that's another episode we'll talk about in detail, like how that's kind of a fallacy. But ultimately, let's just say you were a technician, you moved to a leader, and what that transition looks like. For me, it was very painful. It was one of those things where you go from being somebody that's really good at their job, that can deliver code for me, but delivers whatever is needed to be delivered to get the project done, to push this across the finish line, to win the customer, to close the deal, to whatever you needed to do to deliver. And there was tangible deliverables that you were handing off to your leader, to your team, to whatever. It was all about, this is what I have to do, and let's get it done. So I was really good at that. I liked doing that. And moving into leadership, it changes. And it was a painful transition for me, because I went from being the guy that got shit done to being the guy that helped other people get stuff done. And my deliverables were the combination of the mental health of the team, the deliverables of the team, all these things that I can't tangibly change. I can't go write code to fix it. I can't go create a spreadsheet to fix it. I can't deliver something that's going to fix that. I have to coach, and I have to talk, and I have to trust my people to get their job done. And ultimately, my success and failure rides on their collective success and failure. And that was tough for me, not because I didn't think they could do it, because I had full confidence in my teams, but more that doesn't feel like a tangible delivery to me. It felt like I was just kind of there monitoring and checking, and it took a little while. It took almost 6 months for me to really see what my job was, which was to take care of the people in my charge, to help them find a career path, to help them build a career development plan, to help them knock out blockers and get the information they need, and make sure that they're being taken care of from the rest of the business, and make sure that their salary's on par, make sure they're getting the promos when they need it, make sure all those things. So basically what I figured out was, for me, and this may not work for everybody, but for me, I figured out that I moved from developing code to developing people. So if you're in sales, I went from closing sales to helping my people close sales. And that's, that's kind of the mindset I had to shift into. And I think that's a really great key to, or focus point on when you're transitioning, is like, you have to evolve your thinking of how you see success, because success doesn't look like it did before. It's not how much code you wrote or how many features you delivered or any of that. Like it's very much, how do you help your people? Where are they at? Where do they feel? Do they trust you? Do you have a high level of trust? Do they feel safe in their job? Do they feel like they can have all the tools they need to get their job done? Do they feel like they have a clear development program for how they're going to go in their career and how they get to where they need to go next, and tangible goals to reach those milestones? And I think that is really where the focus shifts, and it's not for everybody. I think that's the biggest thing, and we can talk about that more in another video, but like, it's not for everybody, and it's something that you should really think about, because I can tell you, for the first 4 months when I transitioned from writing code to just leading people, there was a very painful time where I really felt like I made a big mistake. Like, this is not the right move for me. Thank God I got through that time, and I got to where I am now, and I feel really good about the impact I can create on my teams and my org. But at the end of the day, if you get into it and you're like, okay, I understand this is my job, and you don't like it, talk to your boss. Figure out like, hey, maybe is there other like ways to lead? Because like, especially in tech, you can lead technically without having to lead people. It's not cut out for everybody, and that's okay. you can still lead things without leading people or a team. You can lead people from a technical perspective instead of a people manager perspective. There's all kinds of ways that you can lead without having to do the things that come with people leadership, like a lot of meetings and a lot of one-on-ones and career development plans and paperwork and promo paperwork and raise paperwork and firing paperwork and performance improvement plans and all this stuff that is, that can be painful at times. So the key is to understand what drives you. And if leadership sounds good, understand the transition will be rough. Give yourself 6 months to 8 months, sometimes a year. I've seen some people take a year, but give yourself time. Don't make the call in the first couple months and just give yourself a shot. Because if you've been a good technician, if you care about people and you care about people's well-being, you can actually make a great leader because you've been where they've been. So you can help coach them through situations that they're dealing with, which kind of comes back to another episode of vulnerability, link below. But ultimately, your failures, your low points, your struggles help them because those people will go through the same ones. If they're on the same career path as you, they're going to go through the same things, probably in different ways, probably in different situations and scenarios, but ultimately it's going to be at the same time. It's going to be lows, it's going to be failures, it's going to be frustrations, it's going to be feeling inadequate, a lot of things that you've already dealt with. So you being a leader now, being through that path, that's the best kind of leader in my opinion. The kind of leader that's been there and done it. I've worked with people that haven't, and not that they can't be good leaders, because I've definitely had a couple, but overall, the people that are the best leaders, that are the most effective and can rally the teams the best, are the people that have been in their shoes. So if you've been there, then you have an inkling for it. Give yourself time and read, watch videos, find some people you care about and are passionate about from a guru perspective, and just listen to how they approach people leadership, because I promise you, you can have a tremendous impact. It just might take a little time to get used to what your success looks like now. So hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or you're thinking about your path and you want to talk it through, hit me up, jason@leadfromhere.co. And yeah, like, subscribe, follow if you don't mind, and I hope you guys have a great time. Take care.